The small coastal town of Raventon had always harboured an air of mystery, shrouded in the dense fog that rolled in from the ocean each evening. Nestled between towering cliffs and the tumultuous sea, it was a place where the past never truly stayed buried. This was a town with secrets, old and dark, whispering through the cobblestone streets and creaking from the timbers of weathered houses. It was on such a foggy night that Claire Bennett arrived in Raventon. She was an outsider, a city girl drawn by the promise of a quiet life and a job opportunity at the local library. The town's eerie charm had appealed to her adventurous spirit, and she had eagerly taken the position, yearning for a change from her hectic life in the city. The locals were friendly but reserved, their eyes reflecting centuries of untold stories. Claire soon noticed the peculiar way they spoke in hushed tones about certain places: the old lighthouse, the abandoned church on the hill, and most intriguingly, the mysterious cave by the shore known as the Abyss. The Abyss was a cavern that had long been a source of speculation and fear. Legend spoke of ghostly apparitions, eerie sounds, and disappearances linked to its shadowy depths. Despite her growing curiosity, Claire found herself warned repeatedly by the townsfolk to stay away from the cave. Their warnings were always delivered with a grave seriousness that sent chills down her spine. One evening, as the fog crept in and the ocean roared against the cliffs, Claire found herself walking along the beach. The sea mist swirled around her, and the moon cast an ethereal glow over the water. She had always felt a strange pull toward the unknown, a need to uncover the truth behind mysteries. Tonight, the abyss called to her. Ignoring the uneasy feeling gnawing at her, Claire made her way to the cave's entrance. The mouth of the abyss loomed before her, dark and foreboding. She hesitated, remembering the warnings, but her curiosity won over her fear. Taking a deep breath, she stepped inside. The air grew colder as she ventured deeper into the cave. The light from her flashlight danced on the damp walls, revealing strange markings and carvings that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. The further she went, the more she felt a presence, as if the cave itself was alive, whispering to her. Suddenly, a whisper echoed through the cavern, soft and indistinct. Claire froze, her heart pounding. She scanned the darkness, her flashlight beam trembling. The whisper grew louder, more insistent, forming words she could barely make out. "Help! Us!" Claire's blood ran cold. She wasn't alone. Swallowing her fear, she called out, "Who's there? What do you want?" The whispering stopped abruptly, replaced by a chilling silence. She waited, every muscle tense, but there was no response. Determined to uncover the source of the voice, she pressed on. The tunnel narrowed and twisted, leading her deeper underground. As she turned a corner, her flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows. She stumbled upon a small chamber, the walls covered in ancient symbols that seemed to glow faintly. In the center of the chamber lay a crumbling stone altar, and atop it, a leather-bound book, its pages yellowed with age. Claire approached the altar cautiously, her curiosity piqued. She reached out and picked up the book, its cover cold and strangely heavy. The whispers returned, more urgent now, surrounding her in a cacophony of desperate voices. "Free us! Break the curse!" Her hands trembled as she opened the book. The pages were filled with cryptic symbols and diagrams, interspersed with notes in an archaic script. As she skimmed through the text, a chilling realization dawned on her. The book was a grimoire, a spell book detailing dark rituals and ancient curses. Claire's heart raced as she pieced together the fragments of the story. The cave had once been a place of worship for a long-forgotten cult, dedicated to summoning and binding otherworldly entities. The townsfolk of Raventon, aware of the dark rituals, had sealed the cave and placed a curse upon it to contain the evil within. The whispers grew louder, almost deafening. Claire knew she had to act quickly. She found a page detailing a reversal ritual, a way to break the curse and free the trapped souls. Gathering her courage, she began to read aloud the incantation, her voice echoing through the chamber. The ground trembled, and the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy. The symbols on the walls glowed brighter, pulsating in time with her words. As she finished the incantation, a blinding light filled the chamber, and the whispers turned to screams, then silence. When the light faded, Claire found herself lying on the cold stone floor, the grimoire still clutched in her hands. The cave was silent, the oppressive presence gone. She stood up, her body aching, and made her way back to the entrance. As she emerged from the abyss, the first rays of dawn broke over the horizon. The fog lifted, revealing a town bathed in golden light. Claire felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. She had done it. The curse was broken, and the souls were free. Returning to the town, Claire noticed a change in the air. The townsfolk greeted her with warm smiles and gratitude. The oppressive gloom that had hung over Raventon seemed to have lifted, replaced by a renewed sense of hope and peace. Days turned into weeks, and life in Raventon returned to normal. The town's dark past became just another story, a chapter closed. Claire continued her work at the library, her adventurous spirit undiminished. The experience had changed her, instilling in her a deeper understanding of the power of the unknown and the strength it took to confront it. Yet as she walked the streets of Raventon, she couldn't shake the feeling that some mysteries were never meant to be fully understood. The whispers from the abyss had fallen silent, but their memory lingered, a reminder of the thin veil between this world and the next, and the secrets that lay just beyond the edge of darkness.